So you're putting off a problem, aches, pains, muscle strains, joint problems that you probably should address. Not addressing issues early enough simply compounds the problem. The easiest way to think about this is, number one, not addressing an issue and avoiding it doesn't make it go away, it simply prolongs it. Number two, typically one problem leads to the other. So it's a lot like dominoes, right? That knee problem leads to a hip problem, leads to a back problem, leads to a shoulder problem. So not addressing that first one causes you to compensate and work around it, especially if you're active on a regular basis. That only leads to more and more issues. And now instead of having one issue, you now have 2, 3, 4 issues, and it just keeps going down the line. The third thing is, the longer you go with an issue, tissues in particular, muscles and fascia, the longer they're out of position, inflamed, long, short, whatever it may be, the harder it is to address. They tend to get bound down, they tend to kind of find their comfort place, and it makes it much, much harder to kind of unravel over time. So think about it this way. If you have a back problem that's been going on for 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, not only is the tissue around there short most likely, or long, or whatever it may be, but when you're trying to address it 5 years down the road, it's been in that position and it's had 5 years to stay there, right? So trying to get that back when you're 5 years older is much, much harder than it would have been when you were 5 years younger. So think about that when you go on issues. Even if you are young and active and you're a teenager listening to this, address the issues on the front end so you don't have to deal with them down the road.